Greetings and good morning, beautiful people of Canada. Well, goodness, have I been busy? Let me show you what I've been doing. Whew. Looks like a bit of a fortress in here, doesn't it? Well, this is my last attempt at saving my roses because kangaroos, well, you can see what they've done. Look what they've done. Do you see any flowers? There is nothing. The only ones that are doing okay are these ones down here. And that's because I had some of these white guards to save them from getting eaten. And this is a constant thing. Ooh, sun's bright this morning. And so, because it's been so dry, no rain, this is what I've been doing. I go and get boxes from the store and rip them up because the kangaroos eat them. There's absolutely nothing for them to eat. I mean, obviously there's other bushes and things around here, but for some reason, they don't want to eat it. And they like cardboard. But I wouldn't be bragging that, obviously they don't like it. There's nothing to eat. I wouldn't be bragging that there's anything to eat. Because there is none. Or nothing, I should say. And clairvoyantly, I don't feel we're getting rain for another 8 weeks. This is what I feel, 2 months. 2 months of waiting. Any kind of substantial rain is what my intuition is telling me. So what do? You do what I've done here. So I've run out of chicken wire. And because I live like 4 hours away from a hardware store to go and, just pick it up, can't really do that here. I've improvised. I've had these crates that I've had that helped me move all my belongings up here last year. And it's worked. It's worked for 2 nights. The first day, my God, I was so exhausted and tired I could barely keep my eyes open. Before 8 o'clock, I went to bed at like 8:15 that night. I was just so tired because this ground, don't mind my slippers, but this ground is so hard. And just having to dig all these holes by hand. Oops. You kind of feel it after a while. But so far, so good. Look, I've used anything. I've had doors. Those are those white guards. Rope, crates, hurdles, anything. And this chicken wire down here is actually to reinforce my fruit trees because that's the only thing that the kangaroos cannot pull down out here in my little Elnor fruit orchard. It's the only thing they can't pull down because it's so hard. So when I'm having to cut this wire, I have to cut it and bend it with pliers. Usually with chicken wire you can bend with your hands and your fingers. I can't do it with this stuff because it's so hard. So this is going to be my beloved rose garden. And I have said to my roses that nothing is going to get in here and eat it. I have reinforced as much as I can. And through my local store, my little store, I've ordered some chicken wire, but that could be another month until that comes. But for now, this has worked. And so, I guess the message here is make the best of what you've got and do what you got to do to make it work. And sometimes that means improvising. And I'm using what I have here to to make it work, because there was no other solution. I had mozzie netting out at the front, and the kangaroos would be so hungry that they would eat through it and rip it, and I just thought I have got to do something. So I put a call out, you know, to the universe. Give me insight. What can I do? What can I do to make this work? And my initial impression was to keep all the roses together and make a yard for them so they're protected. And that means when I'm watering, I can water them together. And there's something about, I don't know what it is, but clairvoyantly, there's something about growing roses together in a bed like this, because at my original Elnor, my roses thrived so well when they were grown together like this in this patch. Oh my God, I had the most beautiful blooms, and the growth on them was just out of this world. It was amazing. So I'm doing the same concept here. And I had kangaroos at, you know, my old Elnor. But there was always feed around there, whereas here, it's so dry. I don't ever remember it being this long without rain. It's been really hard to, you know, it's just so hard not to have rain. Anybody that lives in a very dry climate will know exactly what I'm talking about. It's very hard to live without rain. And although I've grown up here, I don't ever remember such a long duration of not having rain. We had a drought, was it 2017, 2018, but I was down, I had moved by then, so I know it was very hard, especially on my farm friends that have properties here, and how heartbreaking it is, because when there's no rain, there's no food, and watching your animals just dying of starvation is awful. And so it's kind of, you know, happening around here. The kangaroos are coming in because they're so hungry. I have a tap, I have a leaky tap that I leave on for them, and they come in and sweat water. But at least now it's cooler. Days are averaging like 20 degrees, a little bit warmer, about 23, 24 here. And I know they eat cardboard. So if anything, although it's not beautiful, juicy green leaf, they do have something to eat. And kangaroos, if you don't know, they have two stomachs. And so they must be able to eat the cardboard, and it goes through a stomach, and then it goes into the second stomach. I'm not sure how it works, but I know that if they couldn't handle it, they wouldn't be eating it, because there's saltbush here, there's wattle here, there's that little, you know, kind of untidy bush over here, and there's so much of it, and they could eat that. But obviously they don't like it, or it's toxic to them. Kangaroos just seem to know, they seem to know. And, you know, so it's tough, you know, it's tough. You have to work with Mother Earth and the environment and grow things that work for your environment. And this is a huge learning curve for me. This is really life work for me, sowing the seeds here and working in accordance to my environment. To me, there is no greater job, there's no greater order, there's no greater duty than sowing the seeds into Mother Earth and rejuvenating the earth. I get so much joy, peace, and pleasure from planting and putting life into the earth. It feels so good. If I'm having a, you know, a challenging day, or, you know, like any kind of hardships in life, or, you know, anything that's happened, and whatever, like I go out in my garden, I go out and I let that sun soak into my skin, feel the radiance of God you know, of the universe just saturating me with radiance and light and love, and it just lifts me so much. It feels so good. I mean, I would do it regardless anyway, so it gives me so much pleasure and joy to be able to have land to plant on. I could not live without a garden. I couldn't live without a garden. Like, it's very hard for me not to be and having a garden, working in the garden. There's so much joy in the abundance that Mother Nature gives back in return. There's so much pleasure, there's so much gratitude. I could go on and on and on and on and on. But it really is. I feel like it's so noble to plant a garden, and you're giving life to so much. Like, you are literally giving life to creation. You're giving more life. You're creating life. How can that not be a tall order? So even though it doesn't look like much now, you know, it's been a hard year. It's been a hard first year for me here at my new Elnor Gardens. Well, I won't say new, we're almost coming up to a year anniversary, but it's been a hard year of trial and error. The driest summer, hot summer, working out what works and what doesn't work. And so I have plants in here, trees in here now that do work. And although we're coming into winter, apricot down here, she's dropping her leaves. We've got another stone fruit over here, mulberry. I think that is an apple. I'm not sure, because that come up from seed, that one in the back. Pomegranate, orange, fig that was ripped up by the kangaroos the other night. Another mulberry, guava, citrus down here. So they all look sad, but they all have life. They all have life. Olive, she's looking happy. Another citrus, that's actually rootstock, so I don't know if that's a lime or a lemon. That's a lemon. Mulberry, fig, mulberry. Beautiful blood red plum in the back. And another citrus. But down here we have saffron. Saffron has come up again. So I'm so happy that my saffron has come up. I've only got, well, actually, I don't know. There's a little bit more coming up now. I didn't even notice this. So I've got 6 saffron bulbs that have come up. And I was actually going to come out and uproot them, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm going to uproot them and move them, but they're happy there. They've come up again. You know, so there's so much reward in this kind of life, and growing a garden really gives you perspective on to me, what's important in life. And obviously what's important is for you to follow your own path in what gives you the greatest joy, what gives you great love and peace and serenity, and what helps you be inspired and live good lives. To me, that's gardening. And obviously there's other things, but gardening is a very important part of my life. For other people it may be something else, which is fine, but for me, I know how much joy and pleasure I get from gardening. How good it feels to see bees around my flowers and to see fruit, like on this pomegranate here, hanging from her branches, and beautiful flowers, and seeing how happy the birds are when they're playing, and just around the green, the birds around here, oh my goodness, I had the cat on yesterday, and they were so happy to play and swim in the little pools of water. And to me, that just gives me so much happiness and light and love. And so a garden can do wonders for you people of Earth. If you've ever thought about having a garden, even a small one, you know, the very act of planting a seed and letting it mature and grow it just feels so good. It's such a beautiful thing to do. So even if it's just a small one, the rewards in it are just unfathomable. They really are. It is a long-term project, obviously. These are only in their first year, and it's been a hard year for everybody here. All these plants have been under major stress, but they're in the ground now, and we've worked out a system. They get slow watering, and you know, this is a long-term investment. This is a long-term, you know, labor of love, a beautiful relationship that you can cultivate with Mother Earth. So, you know, I'm excited to see where this is all going to go. I've planted some vegetables in a bed here. I've been working on fixing up the banks around the beds. I have another little bed over here. See, this is what I mean, because I had so much rocket. You know, rocket, that beautiful spicy leaf. I had so much of that last year. Well, it's self-sowed again now, and it's coming up on its own. I fixed the banks around here. What I'm going to have to do though, however, I'm not going to be able to leave this out in the open. If you can see down there, there's a little bit of weed pea. I'm going to have to cover it with some mosquito netting every night, probably from tonight onwards, especially my saffron. I'll die if they eat that. Because they'll come in, anything that's green and leafy, look, they're going to do what they need to do. In fact, I had a beautiful chili bush over here with flowers. I was so excited because I was finally going to have beautiful jalaki. I think they're jalaki, boot jalaki chilies, super hot. And I came out one morning, a couple of days ago, and the flowers had been eaten. Someone had eaten them. Now, I don't actually know if it was a kangaroo. It could have been a rabbit. So now I've got a little, like a little plastic cover over it to keep it out of shock, because it would be, and just to keep the moisture in there to reinvigorate new growth. I'll take the plastic off in a couple of days, but oh, like the letdown of that, I was so disappointed. Oh my God. So that's what I mean. It's been a constant challenge. So much, you know, disappointment, because you want to see your plants flourish, but it's partly my fault, of course, because I haven't reinforced the boundaries around the plants. So it's my own learning, it's my own journey, you know, constantly learning. How can I succeed in my garden here? Mother Earth is no joke. I know when I was living up in the Daintree, my goodness, it's